Well, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Full Credit to Not Another Newcastle Knights podcast. I'm your special guest, former legend. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and that second-hand dildo platform that is Blue Sky at former_legend. And let's kick off with what caught my senses in the past 7 days. And it's Europe's turn to battle through a severe heatwave, boys, which has seen half of France placed under red alert, with alcohol consumption restricted over the weekend, as early summer temperatures soar. Yeah, you heard that right. In one of the hottest spells on record, the government of France has placed an alcohol ban on its citizens to minimise health risks and prevent potential public disturbances. Now, I'm no rocket surgeon, boys, but I'm pretty sure announcing a beer ban would have the exact opposite effect over here. It'll increase health risks and create public disturbances. Thankfully, it's France we're talking about, a country that hasn't shown much fight in the past 200 years. Sure, they can blow up a South Pacific atoll or sink the Rainbow Warrior, but ask them to show some fight any other time and you'll get blank looks before they grab a smoke and try and root someone else's misses. Anyway, enough of that. Let's do a rapid recap of round 16, which is, of course, Laurie Daly round, where the NRL celebrated the coaching prowess of Laurie Daly. And to commemorate such an occasion, every coach was made spin a chocolate wheel to select their next interchange in the same manner that Loz operates during State of Origin. The round proved to be a big hit, except for Penrith, who spun their wheel and were forced to replace Dylan Edwards with Dylan Edwards 4 times during the match, soaking up 50% of their interchange for no result. But more of the Penrith boys later. Let's start on Friday night up at James Earl Jones Stadium, where the Knights beat the Bye 22 points to 20 in a tight and exciting game that only lacked one thing: skill. And it was always going to be a tough night for Newcastle, playing without Origin players, the Milkshake Man, Kalen Ponga, and Blues sensation Dylan Lucas. Gee, didn't Lucas have a big one down in Melbourne? He really added a naught to his contract. Oh, hang on, I said that wrong. He added naught to his contract. Anyway, back to this game, and the Knights hit an early 12-0 lead before the Dragons hit back thanks to tries from former Gridiron player Valentine Holmes and future Willa Gorilla Tyrell Sloan. From there, it was a tight tussle before Newcastle kicked away thanks to 4,000 penalty goals to grab the win. And you really have to feel for the Dragons faithful who watched their team score 4 tries to the Knights 3 and still lose. But mostly you have to feel for coach Dean Young, who now has a winning percentage of 16%, putting him dangerously close to Trent Barrett levels. Saturday, and the Dolphins cheated their way to a win, belting the team of destiny, the West Tigers, 36 points to 22 out at the Meth Lab Stadium. Once again, the Tigers were subjected to another low referee, this time unknown. Ziggy fucking Zaggy Railway, or whatever his fucking name is, gave the Tigers a pizzlin, making sure the Dolphins got their 7th win on the trot. Unbelievably, with just 25 minutes to go on this one, the Tigers were only down by 2 points when Richie Rich, Jerome Luai, put Sione Fainu over in the corner. But from there, the Tigers shit the bed as the Dolphins scored 18 to the next 24 points to resign the Tigers to their 7th loss of the year. The Tigers' plight wasn't assisted when Jock Madden was knocked out by Dolphins' Morgan Freeman in the 23rd minute and Patrick Herbert dislocated his shoulder. The second game on Saturday was up at Bang Bus Super Stadium where, checks notes, the Gold Coast beat the Panthers 19 points to 8. And is that right? The Titans fought back from a 12-6 halftime deficit after a couple of early tries from the Panthers, one created by a barnstorming charge from Penrith's Liam Martin, and then another try from the shampoo man, Luke Garnier. But the highlight was the game-winning field goal from rookie halfback Zane Harrison with 13 seconds left. Harrison is only the third man named Zane to play first grade in the NRL, following Zane Tetavano and Zane Musgrove. And of course, there's the most famous Zane in the world right now, which is Donald Trump, who's possibly insane. The final game on Saturday was at empty Blue Seat Stadium, where the Dogs beat the Fosballer Seagulls 13 points to 12 in a game of low scores, low skills, and low crowds. After 80 minutes, the game ended at 12-all, and it was the Bulldogs who proved to be less shit than the Seagulls to find a field goal and get the 2 points. Manly outscored the Bulldogs 3 tries to 2, but ultimately lost the match because of a complete failure with the boot. Jamal Fogarty missed multiple conversion attempts, but worse was to follow when he missed a field goal attempt from just 12 metres out. In fact, the shot was so close to the goals, the NRL later confirmed it would have only been worth half a point. In the end, Bulldogs centre/fullback/halfback/5/8 Clitter Clyton kicked a clutch field goal to grant mercy to the 8,000 fans that were there and let them go home. Sunday, and the Warriors beat the Cowboys 38 points to 20 at Underarm Bowling Stadium in Christchurch. The game marked the historic first ever NRL match hosted at the newly opened Trevor Chapel Stadium, pulling an almost sell-out 24,000 fans. Fullback Chard Nickel Clockface had an unforgettable afternoon, scoring 4 of the Warriors' 7 tries. So imagine if you made him your super coach captain. Ooh! His dominant positioning and work rate dismantled the Cowboys' edge defence repeatedly. It was revealed during this game that Cowboys coach Rowdy Toddy Payton was given an extension to his contract, and the North Queensland board must have been searching for early get-out clauses by full time, like I look for my Foxtel remote after my Saturday evening bourbon nap. The second game on Super Sunday saw the Storm bash the Raiders 42 points to 20 at Ronron Stadium. The match was a massive double milestone celebration, marking Cameron Munster's 250th NRL appearance and the Raiders coach Ricky Stewart's 800th match combined as a player and a coach. And the two teams celebrated in style, combining for an appalling 64 missed tackles in the first half alone to have rugby union fans salivating at the matchup they were witnessing. Let's not forget Ricky Stewart had a crack at Fox Sports' Jakey Jude a couple of weeks ago after Canberra were beaten, reminding him that it was only one loss. Well, 3 weeks later, it's not one loss, it's not 2 losses, it's now 3 losses. Actually, it's now 12 losses for the year, as last year's minor premiers grandly sit in second last place, only in front of the bye. It's the worst performance from a minor premier since New South Wales minor premier Boris Karaglichian sent dirty texts to that Wagga Wagga hot shotgun bloke Daryl Maguire. The final game on Sunday saw Roosters pump the Sharks 27 points to 8 at Politis Pappas Stadium, with the Roosters securing the win with a late double to Mark Nawangani to completely blow out the final margin. Queensland reps Lindsay Collins, Sam Walker and Robert Toya, all backed up from State of Origin, while the Sharks welcome back Nacho Hines and Blake Blayley from injury. Sharks loudmouth Ronaldo Mulatado was at his absolute best, instigating and geeing up the Roosters all game, and really finishing on top in the sledging stakes, which must be cold comfort to coach Craig Fitzgibbon and his assistant Gibbon Fitzcraig, who watched an angry Roosters side dismantle the Sharks. So that's round 16 wrapped up, boys, a round where the Titans began their late run to 14th position, the Raiders started organising a combination of bounces to bash in Bali, and the Sharks reminded everyone that they'll be out of the semis within the first 2 weeks. Back to you in the Nathan Brooks Memorial Studios.